Har me hearties, it's that time again. Shear me timbers, splice the mainsail, grab your paintbrush. It's time for that lazy pirate life. Har har! Right, back at club this week, and we're back playing Bloody Barons again, refighting the Battle of Tewkesbury again. But we swapped sides, so Mike will be taking command of the Yorkist force. So here's the Yorkist deployed. And I will be taking command of the Lancastrians. So we're all set and ready to go. So I'll just take a quick look at the actual battle map. So this is the battle map. Yeah. On to turn one. Right, then, first turn for the Lancastrians, and what have we done? Well, right, we have advanced with everything. Trying something a little bit different. So, Somerset. Wenlock. Devon. And I've just had Sir John Audley's retainers come on. So, moving on to the Yorkist turn. Oh, 2 off the battle clock as well. So still 30 left. Right, Yorkist turn, and they've stayed still and done a bit of shooting. So Richard Beauchamp has come on, right? Damage. Bit of damage on Somerset's. Took 3 casualties. And then a couple of casualties in the front here. And a couple of casualties here. One good point in that turn for Lancastrians. They have managed to reload their heavy gun. Huzzah! So, 1 was rolled on the clock again, battle clock. So, moving on to the Lancastrians phase. Right, Lancastrian phase. So, what happened? We had a lot of morale tests this phase. So, managed to get 2 of the units from Devonshire's ward back in order, but Devonshire himself is still out of order. From Wenlock's, got Wenlock's household and the unit behind under Sir William Fielding back in order. But Sir Richard Earl's unit's still out of order. Recovered a few wounds off of Somerset's. Caused a bit of damage to all 3 wards, which archery. Reinforcements. 2 more units have arrived. So we have Sir Thomas Tresham and Sir Jarvis Clifford has arrived as well. So we're rolled 5 on the battle clock this time. So over to the Yorkists. So, a very interesting turn for the Yorkists that turn. Didn't cause a lot of casualties shooting wise, but have advanced now. So, Edward has come forward. And who's that there? That's Gloucester, isn't it? Is that Gloucester? No, that's not Gloucester, is it? Yeah. Oh, it is Gloucester. And then it's Hastings over there. Hastings is the only one that moves. So Gloucester's come forward after being reinforced by... Who was you reinforced by?
This one?
It was Beauchamp, wasn't it?
Beauchamp.
So he now has 3 units of retainers. So we can see some possible combats coming. So another big roll on the battle clock this turn as well. So we've taken 6 off the battle clock. So we're now down to 18. So cavalry still has not arrived. So moving over to the Lancastrians. Right, and the Lancastrians' turn. And what happened? Right. Right, Devon has decided to move into the marshes, pinning the Yorkists back. Who's that? Hastings, isn't it? There. Somerset stayed here, and we had a little bit of swap round of troops. So one of my units, what is this? This is just the Marquis of Dorset's unit moved back and was replaced by Sir Thomas Tresham's unit. So we had this unit move up into the woods. Sir Jarvis Clifton has moved up to the flanking in the woods here. And we had Sir John Deville has just arrived on the battlefield. The real interesting thing happened here. Lord Wenlock decided to charge at Edward. We got all the dice rolls, how many dice we needed to sort out, and then we remembered that Wenlock is unreliable, and he failed his dice test and decided that he wasn't going to charge after all. So 5 again was ruled on the battle clock, so we're now down to 13. So over to the Yorkists. Right then, big turn for the Yorkists. We had a charge go in here on Wenlock's force, and Wenlock himself was killed, and they were pushed back to the base. Ooh, not only that, but Gloucester also charged up the hill after Somerset's war took a lot of shooting damage and managed to force Somerset back. So at the moment they're overstacked, so lots of casualties on a lot of the Lancastrian troops at the moment. So another big roll on the clock though. So we are down to just 7 points left on the battle clock. The only good point for the Lancastrians at the moment is Hastings over here hasn't really sorted his life out. So Devon is putting a little bit of pressure on him. But, moving on to the next turn. Right then. What happened in the Lancastrian phase? Well, not a lot really. As you can see, Somerset's still completely out of order. Wenlock's replacement has arrived, but most of those units are out of order. Devonshire tried a assault out on Hastings, but managed to fail his test, so he couldn't come out of the terrain. And now Hastings is back and reformed. Bit of movement towards the front line against the Yorkists. I did try to move Somerset to the side here, but failed the dice roll. So moving in, 5 rolled on the battle dice. So we're down to 2. So chances are this is going to be the last turn. So over to the Yorkists. Right, the game is over. So what happens? Well, the cavalry charged in again, and that was Somerset's. As you can see, he is no longer there. His troops are off, and him himself, Somerset, is dead. So, Mike decided not to bother sending in Gloucester as well, so he just camped there. He had a little bit of misfortune with Edward. They failed the morale test and moved back after taking heavy shooting from my heavy artillery. And over here, Devon and Hastings just faced off against each other, trading shots. So Hastings was out of order when it came to the movement phase, so it would have been a suicidal to charge in against Devon, even though Devon himself was out of order. So we're just about to tally out the points. So game over. Right, just totaled up, and it ended up 12 to 11 in favour of the Lancastrians, which means the game was a draw, surprisingly. So very bloody game. Very bloody game. So that's it. Game over.